transparency about a reseller's life. So today I decided to kind of bring it all together by just going through a few things, maybe more. I'll see as I chat. It's going to be a little more chatty to see the different things that I do as a reseller that you may want to know about that I don't really share with too many except best friends and everything. But as resellers, we should know this kind of stuff. So if you don't know me, my name is Marion and I am a reseller on Poshmark, eBay a little bit, Facebook Marketplace, The Real, and now on Whatnot in my closet, from my closet, not just auction. So that's really cool. If you ever want to hear about that, let me know. And if you've been with me for a while, hi, welcome back. Leave a comment, say hi, let me know how long you've been watching, if you liked this transparency series episodes, and what you'd like to hear about next, because I want to be able to share with you. So I had a retail store until the end of 2021, so I have tons of clothing, but I am a reseller at heart. I love it. I love the feeling and emotions you get when you're hunting for things. That's how I think of it. I'm hunting for treasures, for hidden gems. And I just love what I do. So let me share with you what has been going on the last few days so that you get a little bit an idea of sometimes how some resellers' lives may be. This doesn't mean it'll be your life. You may be the tidiest, neatest, put away everything after everything type of person. With my chronic illness, what ends up happening is I'll take out a bunch of bins because I'm feeling good, a bunch of containers, and I'll work all day and then I can't put anything back. And this happens over and over, so I should learn, but I want to be able to do the most I can when I can do it. So let's talk about that, because we had friends from out of town coming in yesterday, and they did, and we had a ball, and I had to take the energy. I'm totally responsible for this, but I had to clean up. And when I say that, I mean my living room. No matter how many times I get things out of it, I'm looking at the recliners, and I'm looking to sell one recliner just to have it out of there. I tend to pile my bins or containers. And when I say that, if you haven't watched me before, I mean the plastic containers that have the lids. You could either snap or just the lids on top, that I put my clothing in. So yeah, I'll leave like one on each chair, but then as I buy new things, sometimes I do my best to get them in and get them in my listings. However, sometimes I need to just leave them in bags because I don't have enough bins, and I have to go through my inventory so that I can put more things in my past bins. I can't keep getting new bins or I won't have a house. It's going to be the house of bins. And that is seriously, it would be. So what I had to do was make sure my living room, the space where people come to sit and talk and listen to music, and yeah, I had to make sure that those chairs were cleaned off, and they were. But now in one of my inventory spaces, which is my office, I have to pull things out in order to get in there. They may end up back on the chairs, which sucks because that's not what I want. So I have to get rid of a lot of inventory. I have to get rid of a lot of clothing. Like I said, these pieces of clothing, I've said this in past videos, so if this is your first time, I had the retail store until the end of 2021. So I had tons of clothing. But that type of clothing wasn't the same type of clothing I bought for my online store or my online closet, because mostly on Poshmark, as I said. So it's not stuff that sells quickly. And now I still have a ton of it. So I've been working on getting everything together in bulk. Not everything, sizes, etc. But that's a lot of work, and I have to keep up my day-to-day work. So I did sell some children's clothes in bulk, or in lots of 4 or 5 or 6 for very little money, but it's okay because I just want to get rid of things. So sometimes you might have that issue where you have too much inventory, maybe because you bought somebody out, or you got a bunch of donations from family or one friend even, or whatever. But it's so hard sometimes to manage it. So that's why I do these, to tell everyone from the beginning, manage it. Even if you get donations in the beginning, right? When I used to get donations, I felt so fortunate, and thank God for people who did give me some donations. I have a few people who always give me donations, 10, 15 things, 3 times a year, but everything else I thrift. Now, I also have people who have cleared out their mother-in-laws, mothers, stepmothers' closets after they passed on, and have given me many things. And thank God for them, because you do sell those kind of things. However, and I'll get into the home goods in a minute. However, there are, I think, 3 people who give me things that smell like smoke. And yes, you can wash the smoke out. And yes, I even have odor treatment. But this is a lot of things. And I have to keep them on the side. Once went to the laundromat when I was just taking everything and trying to sell everything. So that's this one. That's this particular thing I'd like to speak about. Don't keep everything. If people donate 12 items to you, and you know only 3 of them are going to be good on your closet, just use 3. Send the others to the thrift store. Some of them might have stains. Throw them out. Use them as rags. Even try and donate them, because sometimes resellers buy things that have stains if they're good name brands. But if they were good name brands, I think I'd keep them. But because I mostly get mature women's brands as donations, and some of those things do not sell online. Now, like I said, I can sell them, but it takes years. And I've heard from many resellers, you are not in the storage business, you're in the reselling business. I agree, because it does take up some of my home. So right now, my living room looks wonderful, though I do now have a cabinet. And if I had 2 cameras, I would show you these things, but I don't want to mess up the lighting. So I now have cabinets on this side of the room. So at least I'm thinking to myself, I'd rather have a neat cabinet than stuff piled up to not have a cabinet or whatever in the room. So I have my office that I need to be able to be on that computer. So I am going to slowly start figuring a way to get things out of there. I have my room on the way into our bathroom that is filled halfway with boxes. And every time I have to look for things, you got to remember, I have to move these boxes. Now, I don't mind that if I'm feeling well, but I'm not always feeling well. So sometimes I have to wait a day or 2, and I like getting my orders out right away. So, like I said, I'm going to come full circle with this. Inventory. I don't know what my past 8 or 9 episodes were about in order or anything, but I know just by telling you this, it's bringing them all together. So that's my one thing. I put everything away. out of sight, because people have to be able to sit. And quite frankly, I'm embarrassed. Are you embarrassed as a reseller sometimes because of your surroundings? Or are you like that tidy reseller that I want to be? First of all, leave in the comments which one you are, and also leave in the comments if you feel, I don't know, it's not guilty, embarrassed, even in front of my husband sometimes, not anymore, but I felt embarrassed, or even if he made fun of it, joking around, I'd get defensive, and I don't anymore. And he says, I know, I wouldn't want to live with all this crap around. So I totally get it. So how about you? Does your spouse ever say anything, if you have a spouse, or your mom or dad or whatever? And how do you feel? How does that clutter make you feel? Because I have written many articles about decluttering your mind to declutter. That was backwards. Decluttering your space to declutter your mind. Because it really does make a difference when it's clear, and it's clear space. So it makes a big difference for your headspace. How many of you can be in your living room, let's say, without inventory there? How about your bedroom? I don't have any in my bedroom. Well, I do actually. I have mine that I'm going to be reselling, my clothing that's in there waiting to be resold. But I haven't done a Facebook Live in a while, and I was doing them consistently, and now I don't feel well at that time of night. But when I do them during the day, not too many people. I think I have a bird feather up my nose. 1 second. Not too many people come on during the day. I forgot what I was saying mid-sentence. So, though on Facebook Live, it does record it, I'm going to say it that way, and they can watch the replay and buy things, and that's how it worked a lot for me. So I was thinking I might even just tape an episode. It doesn't have to be live, though I love interaction. That's why I love when you comment. And so I haven't done that, and I haven't done other things. So I put my rack upstairs in the bedroom that I'm going to use. I put it up there like 3 weeks ago. I still haven't filled it. And here, I'm being totally transparent, so that I don't hit myself on it. Because it's a little bit out. I have 2 socks, 2 thick socks, winter socks, on the top of it so that I don't hit my head in the middle of the night. And I'm going to be totally out with it. I have this pile of jeans that have rips, and I was going to cut them and use them for patches and things, and I still am, because I want to start like doing some fun clothing. I want to rework clothing so that it looks a little different. So I put all the jeans around the bottom. Now, anyone else, my husband, thank God, he's a saint. Like I said, he really is. All the jeans on the bottom so I can't stub my feet at night. It's been going on 3 weeks. It's up there. He hasn't said a word. He did once when I said something to him. I said, this is just up here because, and he was like, oh. And he doesn't even say I was wondering why all those jeans were on the floor, because he saw them wrapped around there, and he's used to me by now. But for some spouses, years ago, that would have drove me nuts. Before this, that would have drove me nuts. So when you become a reseller, or if you're a reseller, you're a little different. Like, I'm different in my reselling space than I am in most other space, except my car. That's another thing. Your car. Don't let anything stay in your car. I don't have enough room in my house, so I have some things in the car. Really? The trunk was so filled, I finally took things out of it, because I said, if I ever have to get a spare tire out of here, I'm going to be on the side of the road, right? And I'm going to be like, it was so full that I was afraid, like, if I ever got stopped in life, and the officer said, open your trunk or something. I didn't want to open my trunk in front of anybody. So who wants to feel like that? So I am the same in my car, but not too many other places, I don't think. I hope not. I mean, I clean my bird cage every night. I clean the house. I do my wash. So yeah, I don't think anywhere else. I think it's a reseller thing for certain people. So let me know if you're like that, because I'm really curious. And if you've changed, maybe you were and you're not, or maybe you were totally spotless and now you have things all over the place. Those things I love to hear, because then I don't feel so alone. All of these things add up. So keep it in mind. And I think this is going to be my last transparency about a reseller's life. Unless you want more, let me know. I can always do it again at another point or continue, but I think that's it for this little episodic series. So I hope you enjoyed it, but I will be doing other things, of course, so I can't wait to see you on the next video. And if you liked it, give it a like, and also subscribe and ring that bell if you want to see more content like this. And just share it if you think somebody will find it funny or if it will help someone, because I'm trying to get up there in the YouTube arena, not arena, I don't even know, atmosphere, whatever, so that I can share everything with more people, and eventually, and it's going to take a couple of years, I can get monetized. But you can help me out just by liking or sharing or subscribing. Subscribing is the best thing, really. I appreciate you.